So, hello, I'm calling this week Camelot week. And if you see creatures running about behind me, it's because I'm watching my landlord's dogs. But, anyways, let's just get into it. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we talk about different performances and then we share our perspectives. If you're new here, hey, I'm Care Darling, and if you love musical theater, then you'll like this channel because that's kind of what we do here. But anyways, if that's your jam, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And today we are sort of discussing this article that I've read, and it's about the revival of Camelot. Now, usually I just read through the article, but I kind of just want to save time and just jump into the things that I thought was really interesting. There's 2 episodes this week about Camelot. You can actually watch this on Broadway HD. It is the stage version with Richard Harris. You may be confused because the movie musical stars Richard Harris. There's a lot to learn here, and I will get into all of that in the next episode. But today I just want to talk about the revival and how Sorkin, they taken him in to sort of work on the book. And in the beginning of this article, it gets into how he almost died. He's worked on The West Wing, and The West Wing, they thought of him because a lot of Camelot references were in the show. So they felt like he was a good fit for it. But anyways, he gets into how he was, working on Camelot, and then he woke up, he was running to walls. It's all in the article. And then he's just like, something's not right. His blood pressure was high and he was going through a stroke. I read this in an article. He felt like, I just thought I can eat whatever I want and I can smoke as much as I want. And I'm here like, who in the world thinks they can smoke as much as they want? Like, it's fine. It's healthy. Eat whatever you want. I can understand why people might not think as much as what they eat, but smoking, that's a different story. But the point is that I believe he's just trying to say, listen, if there's something that you love in your life, go for it. But like healthy things, like his love for writing and shows. So instead of, a pen in one hand and a cigarette in another. So he quit cold turkey. He's been working out twice a day, much better. And then it gets into the article about the revival. Some interesting things, like there's a little thing about how I'm like, Jackie Onassis, JFK was assassinated. She actually brought up lyrics from Camelot because that was a show that he enjoyed, which makes sense because this was during the time period of that musical coming out. So I am going to go ahead and reflect on one section about the musical that I find interesting, and it starts at the part where it says, now with no magic. For many people, Camelot is more familiar as a metaphor than a musical. It depicts a noble effort to create a just society, often associated with the Kennedy administration because, okay, I just said this, but I'm reading it again. Does anyone call her Jacqueline Kennedy? I'm being serious. I'm like, I know her as, Jackie Onassis, but okay, whatever. In an interview shortly after President John F. Kennedy's assassination, mentioned her husband's fondness for the show and quoted a final lyric. Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot for one brief shining moment that was known as Camelot. 4 years ago, Lincoln Center, which is a nonprofit, staged a fundraising concert performance of the show starring Lin-Manuel Miranda's Arthur. It went so well that the creative team began talking about a full-scale production. Listen, I get it, it's for charity, they're raising money, but Lin-Manuel Miranda to play the actual king, like King Arthur, is a miscast choice to me. I don't know, let me know what your perspective is, but when I think of King Arthur, I do think of someone being older and a bit more wiser, but able to kind of be naive and stuff, because there are flashbacks of King Arthur going back and talking to Merlin. And the reason why I say talking to Merlin is because there's something different in here. The music is so good and it's incredibly fun, and I don't know any other pieces set in the Middle Ages with knights, said Bartlett Sher, a veteran of Golden Age revivals South Pacific, The King and I, My Fair Lady, who directed the concert and is now directing the revival. I realized how extraordinary the score was, he said, and how complicated the experience of the book was. And hear me out. Hear me out. It is a classic, and I never knew of it. I always associated Camelot as, yes, the place. I knew the story because, I'm a huge fan of The Sword and the Stone. And I also think of Camelot more as a ballet. Tell me why. I had no idea that this was a musical, and they talk about the music is so amazing. I knew not one song. Not one. I went to musical theater. I've been in shows. I've heard a lot. And I had no idea about this. Am I the only one? So here it is about Sorkin and his approach to the musical. He made one key early decision that has guided his approach to the show: no supernatural elements. That means Merlin, who is the original, is a magician who can remember the future and can turn Arthur into a hawk, is now a wise tutor. Morgan Le Fay, who in the original can build invisible walls, is now a scientist. And the nymph Nimue is gone. Sorry, I don't know why I read it like that. Is gone. Even Arthur's Sword in the Stone origin story is questioned. It wasn't that I don't like magic. I do, Sorkin said. Nor were there commercial reasons. No producer wants to put on a marquee now with no magic. It was because I feel that this story in particular had a chance of landing more powerfully, more emotionally, if people felt real. If a problem can be solved by a waving wand, it doesn't feel like much of a problem. I do have some criticisms as far as what I've seen. That's in the next episode. But I actually love this direction because in a way it makes you also question Arthur's sanity. If he was young and naive and believed that he was a hawk, us as the audience, when we see Merlin and we get it, Merlin's a magician, he's magical, we believe Arthur. But then if the magic entity was taken away, we start to question him and his sanity. Is he able to take care of this kingdom? Is he okay? So I think this was a good idea, and I find this article really amusing. So I say go ahead, check it out, read it, and I would love to know your thoughts. Did you even know Camelot existed? I just want to make sure that I'm not alone here. That's pretty much it. Anyways, darlings, if you enjoyed the episode, please go ahead, give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And have a wonderful Monday. I think I'm posting this on Monday. I am changing up my schedule. I'm still going to post twice a week, but I think it will be on Sunday and Thursday. There's a lot of interesting things happening as far as musicals in our world today. And yeah. Anyways, darlings, I hope you have a wonderful day. And without further ado, take care, darling.